Good morning, everybody. We are excited to be with you this morning from this beautiful sanctuary that's not quite beautiful yet, but it's in progress. That's why we're here. Because
sanctuary feels like a funny word for it, Jeff. I know we're tight on time, but like
it's more of an auditorium right now.
I look at it and I'm like, this is a holy place
No.
because of what happens here.
But I would also say it's a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Because even throughout the week, as we've seen women come in and like they're setting up, and last week we were setting up for kids stuff and all kinds of stuff. This was a sanctuary to those who were in here because there's Christmas music playing, there's decorations, there's like just this feel. It's an at-home thing.
Yeah, that's interesting. It would be interesting to do a word study on sanctuary sometime.
I'm sure the Bible Project has one.
But yeah, but this is where we are, where we meet on Sundays, and it's in transition from not Christmas to Christmas, and the reason being, tomorrow night is our women's banquet, and I'm jumping the gun here because usually
It sounds like you were saying this room is in between stages.
It is in between. Thank you for that very great segue.
Just trying to help you out.
Because
Now
on
and not
Sunday-
yet.
Yeah.
You know how I found it? MapQuest.
MapQuest. Hey, there's a good site. So you going back to you have to go back a couple weeks to find out that joke. Going back to this past Sunday, you talked about we were in between series, in between. Not Christmas and Christmas, in between, I don't know, what are some of the other things that you
Rock
said?
in a hard place.
Rock in a hard place.
There's, we could have spent hours just
Yeah.
listing all the situations of in between this, right?
Yes,
And
right.
there's too many. But
Yeah. But it was a really good sermon about love from 1 John. And you had 6 different ways that keep us from love, and I thought those were really good. Can you go through those really quickly again?
Sure. We probably just could have, I'm sure we all could say, well, there's also this and there's also this, but kind of 6 that sort of seem connected with our text a little bit, right? The first is, we think it's hard, or we don't really want to do it, so we make it into being something that's impossible for us, and so we don't. We kind of misdirect it in that we focus just on those immediately around us, missing that God calls us to more than that. Fear is a big one in there. I'm trying to remember the others. I know we just ran through them a couple minutes ago too.
You talked about expanding our love circle, but then also there's one that you talked about how, I don't remember the name of it, but it was just me and God,
Yeah, that's right. That's the incompleteness of love, where we leave it incomplete, where what John says, complete love, and I brought in a couple illustrations on that, involves loving others.
Right.
We let disagreements turn into wars.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
and we don't create space for people to see things differently than us. So we kick out everybody who just drinks tea, especially the herbal kind, and coffee only.
I'm out.
That's why it's called coffee talk.
That's why it's coffee talk, very clearly. And we talked about the incompleteness. I feel like we're missing one. We judge others instead of just self-critiquing.
Yeah.
And I think that what John offers in there is some of the differentiating points, right? Follower of Jesus, not follower of Jesus, is meant for us to make sure first and foremost that I am following well. And worry about that, and then how to draw others in through love instead of what's the word for? I think there is room for some little correctives and adjustments, but instead of I think we've lost sight of how strong of language it is to actually accuse someone of heresy, or to say you are not a follower of God because of this, instead of going, I see it differently. Have you considered and lovingly, guiding people towards Jesus, or inviting them into a deeper relationship and knowledge of Him. Well,
one of our values, and we'll be talking more about this in the new year, but one of our values is sincere curiosity. And I've actually been in a situation where somebody said that's heresy, and they could have just asked a question, right? Like, tell me more about why you said that.
Yeah.
You know, or what did you mean when you said, and usually they don't really mean what your immediate thought was, right?
Yeah.
Or often, like we take it, but we're just not understanding what they're meaning, or their words aren't representing well. So asking questions, I think, is really that made me think of that. You know,
Right.
when you were going through how easy it is to judge. Well, we judge because we're not curious. We don't ask more, right? We're not starting with respecting and.
Yeah, I think we lose a lot when we have such a predetermined set of ideas and that we aren't open to new things. I mean, and yet the gospel exists because people receive something new
Yeah.
and we're able to receive it and accept that, hey, Jesus is doing something different here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want that to be taken too far either, and certainly we could think of ways even that idea could be abused today. But holding loosely to certain things is going to, I think, lead to a more loving situation where we can worship with one another. Really what I want us to do is focus on what we have in common. And I want that to be the central thing. What are we for? Like, what are we really? And that's what I love so much about the fact that we do worship together with multiple generations, with people from varied life experiences, people whose mourning just hasn't all been the same, right?
Yeah.
Like God's kingdom includes such a variety of people from backgrounds who understand different things about Him, and I don't want us to lose sight of the fact that there are, you know, on a Sunday morning, millions of people around the globe worshiping the same God.
Yeah.
Right? And that is so cool. And we can lose that because we're grumpy with someone 3 aisles over.
Right.
I think even part of it too, where you talked about, you know, like, yes, he's talking to brothers and sisters. Okay, good. But also, we have this really hard dividing line where we sometimes make this passage about just brothers and sisters, and I think you kind of tried to expand on that as well too, because all through the New Testament, I think of some of Paul's reminders that, like, you know, we too were once enemies of God, and when we as believers, brothers and sisters, do forget that, we also then can see very quickly and easily, unfortunately, somebody who is not in that zone, and then we say, okay, well, you're not out, you are not deserving of God's love, but brothers and sisters are, right? And I think that even we have to remove that line as well too, because I was once lost, but now I'm found.
Right.
And I think what Bob Goff also was trying to do was trying to say too, that, like, when you encounter somebody who is in need of that kind of love, to shut them away from God's love does not bring them to God's love anymore.
Yeah.
So why would we do this, and we would judge them for being out there and withhold God's love, whereas actually we should be doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot. I mean, love we could talk about, and we do every week, and still have so much more to learn, right? And so thank you for making an intense effort at helping us understand how to love and what holds us back, so that we can check ourselves. Am I afraid?
Well, and I think in
Or-
Christmas especially, we want to be loving. I think
Yeah.
this is a season where we especially, but more so than others, say, how am I going to care for my neighbor? How am I going to, and we're, so I want to really affirm that there is something in all of us that really, we are loving, and it's just how do we amplify that?
Yeah, that's really good. Well, we are striving to be loving, and one of our loving things is inviting as many women as we can fit in this room tomorrow night. The tickets have already been sold, so if you're of the male persuasion, which we are, we'll be praying for the women and maybe serving the women. And if you're coming, we hope that you have a great time. There's something coming up the next week.
That's right, following Friday. Talk about loving our community. Man, what an opportunity we want to invite you into to come on down to Brown Road. Between 5 and 7:30 is the bulk of the event, and then it kind of wraps up with fireworks around 8 o'clock. But on Brown Road from 5 to 7:30, we are having our booth. And as part of many community organizations who are out on the street for our light up celebration, as an opportunity just to say to our neighbors, hey, we love you, let's hang out, let's celebrate Christmas together, even if we're doing that slightly differently in every home. And part of what Lakeview does is we do a little craft. It doesn't take very long, but it's a way just to kind of pause with our neighbors and share a moment together and send them with something that will hopefully encourage and this year enlighten. Because it's going to be a little tea light craft.
It's a cool craft.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And so we'd love a couple more people if you want to help out with that. Otherwise, just come on out to the event anyways. Like, what a great, I think when our community gathers for things, if we, as followers of Jesus, can be there, that's a great thing. Like, let's not just be, let's be known for being for our community too. And so we'll do it.
How many people are you wanting to?
Well, I've got about 4 right now, but I'd love a couple more.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're interested in
People who
helping.
want to just commit about an hour and a half to hang out in the booth and just sort of facilitate our craft.
The last several times it's been really, really cold, but it's looking
Yep.
like it might be warmer this time. So it might be a good year.
I think it'll be a good year. I think no matter what, it'll be, hey, more bodies. We just huddle together
Oh, yeah.
and
It's
it'll
fun.
be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yep, I've enjoyed doing it. What's coming up after that?
2 days after that Friday night is December 7th, and it is the LHBC Drama. We're just going to call it the LHBC Drama. And so there's a fantastic show that's being put together about sheep, and it's a lot of fun. So don't miss that. Last year we had it closer to Christmas. We've pushed it up this year so that it's there, and then we kind of have a couple weeks before Christmas. So it'll be an exciting part of your early December 7th, 10 a.m. in the service.
Now, Kevin, my kids keep complaining about it because they don't understand the jokes.
Oh.
So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
because
they're-
Are they jokes geared to us?
I think
older
Jeff.
people? Yeah.
I think Jeff. You and I.
Right on
We're
there.
gonna
Okay.
be chuckling our heads off. It's
Yeah.
my expectation.
You'll be in the
Great.
zone.
Okay,
Great morning.
sounds good. Yeah. Well, we hope that you're having a great end of November, start of December already very soon, and we're just excited about Advent and what's coming, and hope that you are too. So have a great week, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday.